We are watching this tonight. Hurricane Teddy churning across the North Atlantic, heading for Nova Scotia. It's still a Category 2 hurricane, but it's expected to lessen to a post-tropical storm when it makes landfall tomorrow. That is still bad, though. Strong winds are expected to whip up huge waves. Swells of up to 10 meters could bring significant flooding to coastal areas. Near Halifax tonight, people living in high-risk regions along the shoreline are being asked to evacuate immediately. Our Ross Lord is further to the east in Port Hastings on Cape Breton Island. Ross.
Well, Donna, this wind and rain is just an early taste of what's coming as Teddy bears down on Atlantic Canada. Mark Dacey just arrived in Cape Breton on a sailing trip with his wife and their son. Despite emerging from quarantine, they're in no position to cut loose. In fact, they're doubling down on their rope lines.
And we've also tied around the dock, the lines around the dock rather than on the cleats, because there is a strong chance in these conditions that the cleats will rip out.
The Canadian Hurricane Centre placed the entire south coast of Nova Scotia under a tropical storm warning. Emergency planners say losing hurricane status doesn't make Teddy harmless.
I know people are attracted to the shoreline. They love to watch the waves. I just want to caution folks, please stay back.
Back at the yacht club, they're worried about what will happen when winds shift on Wednesday during the expected height of the storm.
And if we get that southwest wind at a high tide with a surge, yeah, we could experience some difficulties, and the parking lot here will likely be underwater.
We're going to be in the top floor of their building in sleeping bags because it's not safe to be on a boat in this kind of weather.
By way of context, Hurricane Juan in 2003 did $200 million worth of damage and is blamed for 4 deaths. Hurricane Dorian last year also left a trail of devastation. Forecasters say Teddy is no Juan and no Dorian, but it could still be dangerous. Donna?
Ross Lord on Cape Breton Island tonight. Thanks. We want to take you back to what's happening in Atlantic Canada as Hurricane Teddy approaches. With me is Global News Chief Meteorologist Anthony Farnell. Anthony, lots of warnings and watches in effect. How big is this storm?
Donna, Teddy is massive. Since early yesterday morning, it has almost doubled in size. The center, right here, still expected to make landfall sometime late Wednesday morning or early afternoon to the east of Halifax. But really, it's the size of this system that matters. Tropical storm force winds extending out upwards of 850 kilometers away, and all of that wind, well, it's setting a lot of water in motion. Already reports of 50 or more foot waves offshore from Nova Scotia. But that wave action, when you combine with a storm surge and high tides tonight and again on Wednesday, that's going to cause most of the problems with Teddy. Of course, there is rain, there's wind to contend with as well, 50 to 75 millimeters, and those wind gusts right along coastal areas that at times could be above 100 kilometers per hour. Thankfully, Teddy is moving quickly, and by late Wednesday night, conditions are going to improve, and then the cleanup begins. Donna?
All right. Anthony Farnell, thanks.